Yeah. Get right into the live. Let's get right into the live. If my tears would make you smile, I'd cry for 1,000,000 miles. If my tears would wipe away your pain, I'd cry to see you smile again. But I don't want to be a burden to you, definitely. I don't want to say anything that would push you away. But if my tears were somehow making you smile, I'd be relieved. And if my tears would somehow lengthen this moment a while, oh, what I could see. But I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want to cry. Hi guys, so we're connecting right back to the stream. So how are you guys today? Let's jump right into it. Are you depressed? So Jake Shakes is here already, and Jake Shakes says, your voice is so majestic. You really should consider going on Spotify or signing a record deal. You would be the next Whitney Houston. Oh, I know it's summer and I don't want to ruin the mood, but I would love to hear you sing a Christmas song in December. Oh, that is so sweet. Jake Shakes, I'm so glad that you're here. You have such a warm presence in the live, and I'm always so grateful when you're here. So Jake Shakes, before we get to anything else, if I may ask, what do you do for a living? Are you a student? Are you in school? Do you have your own business? Do you work for someone else? What do you do, or what do you enjoy? I would love to know. But thank you so much for the compliment. I truly believe that you are a blessing, such a blessing. And I'm so glad that you're here. So let's just jump further into the live. Okay, and before we go back into the live, Jake Shake says, I'm a student, I play football. Oh, okay, wonderful. That is wonderful. Now let me ask you, Jake Shakes, when you play football, because this is going to go back to the topic for today, when I say, are you depressed? And that's going to be part of what we're doing. Now, do you feel like you are more of a team player, or be honest, do you like to be more of the star? What really excites you when you get out there on the field? I would love to know, because that really relates back to what we're going to talk about today. Are you depressed? But I want to try a little something. For those of you who are in the chat, I'm going to try something in a little while. But when we ask this question, are you depressed? I want to share a few things with you today, and more of a question and response. So, a lot of times the sadness that people feel, I think often has to do with believing that you're the only one that feels that way. But if you understand and you get a sense that there are so many other people who are dealing with things, that I think in many ways is really half of the difficulty. Okay, so let's get back to what Jake Shake says. Jake Shake says, if I'm being honest, I want to stand out. but also really make it the best for my teammates, but kind of both. Okay, well, that's wonderful. I love that you're being so honest because I think often as human beings, we do have that desire to stand out, for there to be a level of honor, for there to be, of course, that respect and that distinction. And I think it's a really good thing when you can be honest about yourself, honest with yourself, honest about your own feelings. And so that brings us back to the first thought for today. Are you depressed? And when we're honest about who we are and how we feel, I think it opens a door to so much more. You see sometimes people in the public eye who have gained a lot of success or who are in particular positions, but sometimes they don't seem to have that much self awareness. So I think it's wonderful when you can be self aware. What is it that drives me? What is it that makes me happy? I think sometimes that depression can seep in when you're not honest with yourself about how you're feeling in general, who you are, what your personality is like. So Jake Shakes is such a wonderful person in our audience. So I would love to also know from Jake Shakes, um, do you feel that you're the kind of person that your teammates often look up to? And do you sometimes feel pressure to be a leader, or is it a comfortable space for you? That would be the question I have for Jake Shakes. But I'm going to go to number two. Um, when you have people that are close to you who are not aware of maybe their own desire for attention or their own desire to be in the spotlight or their own desire, to be recognized, sometimes that can get in the way of your relationship with them. It can get in the way of the advice that they give you. And it can get in the way of the general mood that you have when somebody that's close to you is jealous or resentful. Because if you are a natural leader, if you have leadership qualities, I remember I had a friend, in high school and elementary as well, who was very, very much the center of attention, I would say, pretty much wherever this person went. But I have to say, honestly, there was something about it that was comforting because when this person was around, they sort of absorbed a lot of the attention. Now, I won't be, dishonest about it. I think there are times when we all want attention, but there are other times when we want to kind of blend into the background. And so when you have people that don't mind being the center, don't mind, a center of conversation or center at a party, sometimes it can also be, kind of comfortable because it allows you to relax. It allows you to just be yourself and to be in the background. And even people who are in the public eye or who aspire to have that level of success sometimes just want to be able to blend in. Now, this also goes to number three, which is, are you an extrovert or an introvert? Because I think a lot of people are finding that they perceive themselves to be one or the other. But I feel like there are many more people who are realizing that they're kind of a mixture of an extrovert or an introvert. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the chat. Please give a thumbs up when you come into the room. It costs you nothing and it adds so much. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? How do you perceive yourself? I think that, I was looking at something recently that said if you're somebody who likes when it rains, one of my favorite, performers, Sade, which some people who follow will know, her band member said that when it rains, they would be depressed and they'd say, oh, they can't ride their bike and this and that. But Sade would just be enveloped in the rain and just enjoying it. And that also made me think more of this dynamic of introverted and extroverted as well, because I love when it rains. Sometimes I really, really love sunny days, but there are times when I just also love when it rains. There are fewer people outside. You know, you can be more contemplative, you can draw more into your thoughts. So I would love to know from you guys as well. You know, do you perceive yourself to be more of an introvert or an extrovert? Because it's something to really think about. So I'm going to sing you a little bit of a song. And Jake Shake seems to be the star of the show today. So I'm going to use some of the words that Jake Shake says to create a song. And if you're in the chat and you want to add in a little something, you can, and I'll knit it into the song. So, your voice, your voice, your voice. Mm-hmm. Your voice, your voice, your voice. Mm-hmm. I don't want to ruin the mood. Tell me, but I am talking to you. So tell me, would you love to hear? Tell me, and would you stand right there? Tell me, don't want to ruin the mood. No, no. Nothing that I would do, no, no, but would you tell me as I stand right here? Would you tell me words you love to hear? All right, you guys, so let's go back to this question of, are you depressed? And I'm going to close in on the live with this, the fourth and final point. Sometimes when you have a goal, you might come to the realization that your goal and your purpose diverge. Sometimes it's hard to actually know what it is you're supposed to be doing. And that can be something that's very painful for people. You know, what is your purpose? So you have to look for little clues about and you can take all of those little things in, figure out exactly a sense of your direction. There's so many things when you're trying to find what your purpose is, but that's part of it. I'm so glad that you guys were able to come today. We were able to share something a little bit different. When you guys come to the live, I'm so glad that you can just be comfortable, know that it's a space for you, know that you can just share whatever it is you want to share. I'm so glad that you guys were here today, and we will see you next time.